Hello and welcome to Prepspot. In this video, we are going to know about a critical and somewhat concerning development in India's defense landscape, the fact that the country's fighter aircraft squadron strength is at its all-time low. This topic has gained significant attention in current affairs in 2025 and is particularly important for those of you preparing for competitive exams. In today's session, I will provide you with detailed insights into why this issue is in the news, the origins and background of India's fighter fleet, the definitions and technical details surrounding squadron strength, the figures and timelines that illustrate the current scenario, and the broader implications of this decline on national security. The news has been making rounds because the Indian Air Force, IAF, which has historically been one of the largest fighter fleets in the world, is now operating with fewer squadrons than ever before. A squadron, in the context of a fighter aircraft fleet, typically consists of a set number of aircraft, usually ranging from 12 to 24 fighters, and is a critical measure of a country's air combat capability. When we say that India's fighter aircraft squadron strength is at an all-time low, it means that the number of fully operational fighter squadrons is significantly lower compared to previous years. This decline is alarming because it directly impacts the operational readiness and overall combat effectiveness of the IAF, which is responsible for safeguarding India's airspace and ensuring national security. The origins of this situation can be traced back to several factors, many of which have been unfolding over the past decade. One major reason for the decline is the gradual phasing out of older aircraft due to aging fleets and escalating maintenance issues. Aircraft such as the MiG-21, which once formed the backbone of the IAF, have long been retired, and delays in the induction of new fighter jets have created a widening gap. For example, while the IAF has made significant strides in modernizing its fleet with acquisitions like the Sukhoi Su-30 Mki and the Rafale jets, the pace at which older aircraft have been retired has not been matched by the rate of new inductions. This imbalance has led to a reduction in the total number of operational squadrons. From a technical perspective, several key concepts and terminologies are central to understanding this issue. Squadron strength refers to the total number of fighter squadrons that are fully operational and ready for combat. Each squadron's strength is determined not only by the number of aircraft it comprises but also by factors such as the availability of spare parts, maintenance support, and trained personnel. When we talk about operational readiness, we are referring to the ability of these squadrons to deploy quickly and effectively during times of crisis. The current reports indicate that India is facing challenges in maintaining high operational readiness due to both aging equipment and delays in the procurement of new technology. Let's delve into some of the figures and data. Although exact numbers may vary slightly according to different sources, recent estimates suggest that the total number of fighter squadrons in the IAF has declined to levels that are historically unprecedented. While in the past, the IAF might have operated upwards of 40 or more fighter squadrons, current assessments indicate that this number has dipped significantly. The decline has been attributed to several factors, including the retirement of legacy aircraft, extended gaps in the induction process of newer models, and budgetary constraints that have affected procurement plans. For instance, delays in the indigenous fighter aircraft programs and the relatively slow pace of modernization have compounded the issue, leaving the force with a thinner operational layer than what is considered optimal for national defense. This trend has been observed over a timeline that spans several years. In the early 2010s, the IAF began facing issues related to the aging of its aircraft, and as those fleets were gradually retired, new aircraft were not inducted at the desired pace. Over the years, this gap has only widened. In recent years, particularly over the last 2 to 3 years leading into 2025, the gap has become so pronounced that defense analysts and policymakers have described the current fighter squadron strength as being at an all-time low. This downward trend has not only been highlighted in media reports but has also become a point of discussion in parliamentary debates and strategic defense reviews. The technical details of maintaining and modernizing a fighter fleet are intricate and involve various aspects of defense planning. Modern fighter jets require regular upgrades in avionics, weapon systems, and other technologies to remain competitive. The life cycle of a fighter aircraft typically spans several decades, but the period during which an aircraft remains operationally effective can be significantly shortened by rapid advancements in technology and changing tactical requirements. In India's case, the delay in acquiring new aircraft, be it through indigenous development like the HAL Tejas or through foreign procurements, has been a critical factor. This has resulted in a situation where many squadrons are operating with aircraft that are either aging or not as technologically advanced as their potential adversaries' systems. Consequently, the overall combat capability of the IAF is perceived to be under strain. One must also consider the broader strategic implications of this decline. A robust fighter squadron strength is a cornerstone of national security, particularly for a country like India, which faces complex regional security challenges. The reduced number of operational squadrons not only limits the IAF's ability to defend its airspace but also diminishes its capacity for power projection in the region. This has raised concerns among defense experts about the readiness of the force to respond to potential threats or to engage in sustained aerial combat. Moreover, it underscores the urgent need for the government to accelerate modernization programs and ensure that new fighter jets are inducted without significant delays. The issue also has important budgetary and policy dimensions. Defense spending in India has been on the rise, yet the procurement process for new fighter aircraft often faces bureaucratic hurdles and logistical challenges. The slow pace of modernization has been a recurring theme in defense circles, and the current state of fighter squadron strength is a direct reflection of these systemic issues. Efforts are being made to address these challenges through reforms in defense procurement and by fostering greater collaboration with domestic manufacturers. However, the path to achieving a fully modern and capable fighter fleet remains fraught with challenges. Geographically, this issue is relevant across the vast expanse of India's airbases, which are strategically located along the country's borders and critical air corridors. The operational readiness of these bases is directly linked to the number and quality of fighter squadrons available. With the current decline in squadron strength, there is growing concern about the vulnerability of India's airspace, especially in regions that are of strategic importance. This has spurred calls for a more aggressive modernization agenda from both defense experts and policymakers. Key individuals in this discourse include the Chief of Air Staff of the IAF and top officials at the Ministry of Defense. These leaders are responsible for formulating strategies to address the shortfall in fighter aircraft and for ensuring that the IAF remains a formidable force. Their statements and policy decisions are closely monitored by analysts and have significant implications for the future of India's defense capabilities. In various public forums and defense seminars, these leaders have emphasized the need for rapid modernization and the importance of closing the gap between retirement and induction of aircraft. For competitive exam aspirants, this topic offers a comprehensive case study in several areas, including international relations, defense economics, and strategic policy. You are expected to understand the basic definitions, such as what constitutes a fighter squadron, and be familiar with technical terms like operational readiness, modernization, and life cycle management of military equipment. Additionally, you should be able to discuss the numerical aspects, for instance, the estimated decline in the number of operational squadrons and the impact of delayed inductions on the overall strength of the fleet. Moreover, understanding the policy implications and the strategic context, particularly in relation to regional security dynamics, will be key to answering related questions effectively. To put this into perspective with general knowledge, it is useful to compare India's situation with that of other major air forces around the world. While many countries are rapidly modernizing their fleets, India's pace has been hindered by a combination of bureaucratic delays, budgetary constraints, and logistical challenges. This comparative analysis not only helps in understanding the technical and operational challenges faced by the IAF but also provides insights into the broader global trends in military modernization. In summary, the fact that India's fighter aircraft squadron strength is at its all-time low is a multifaceted issue that encompasses technical, strategic, and policy dimensions. It reflects a gap between the retirement of aging aircraft and the delayed induction of new ones, a situation that has significant implications for national security and defense readiness. The topic is not only of immediate relevance to current affairs but also serves as an important study area for competitive exams, where understanding the interplay between technological, economic, and strategic factors is crucial. As you prepare for your exams, remember to focus on the key points: the definition of fighter squadron strength, the operational and technical challenges in maintaining a modern fighter fleet, the numerical data and timelines that illustrate the decline, and the strategic implications for national security. Recognize that this issue is a consequence of systemic challenges in defense procurement and modernization, and it underscores the need for reform and rapid action to ensure that India's air defense capabilities are not compromised. Thank you for joining me in this detailed discussion. I encourage you to further explore these topics, as they provide valuable insights into the complexities of modern defense policy and the critical role of technological modernization in maintaining national security. Stay informed, analyze the data critically, and appreciate the broader context of how strategic decisions impact a country's readiness to face both current and future challenges. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given hot and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the Ko-fi platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.